So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on cutting with the inside and outside of our foot. So all you need is 2 cones. You're gonna dribble down to the first cone, cut with the outside of your foot, come back down, and then cut with the inside of your foot. Once you feel comfortable with this, try picking your head up so you can dribble without looking at the ball. So for this part of the activity, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on our passes with the inside of our foot. So all you need is the ball and a wall. So all I'm gonna do is gonna hit it softly with the inside of my foot, and the ball's gonna come right back to me. And then I'm gonna stop the ball by putting my foot on top of the ball. Then we'll go again with our left foot. Same thing, stop the ball. And now we're gonna do it 5 times each foot, so 10 in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a good tip for this is to plant your foot next to the ball and then strike it with the inside of your foot. All right? So if you plant next to the ball, your toe will point where the ball is going to go. So for this activity, what we're going to work on is our passing accuracy. So you need 2 cones, the wall, and a ball. So I set up 2 cones there. I'm going to try to pass the ball between both those cones. So the smaller the cones are apart from each other, the harder it is. So we're going to work on the same thing, passing with the inside of our foot, as well as pointing with our plantar foot. And let's get started. We're going to do 5 each foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for this activity, what we're going to work on is our one-touch passes. So we're going to hit it to the wall and then hit it right back. We're not going to trap the ball, all right? So it's going to be a little more challenging. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate the cones and make the gap a lot bigger. All right? And then I'm going to start, and I'm going to hit it with my right foot. It's going to come back. I'm going to hit it back with my left foot. So remember, just one touch. And don't hit it too hard. But once you feel a little more comfortable, you can go a little faster. So we're going to do this 5 times each foot, so 10 in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what you want to do is when you kick the ball towards the wall, stay on your toes, be ready, keep your feet moving. You don't want to stand flat-footed and then miss your opportunity to hit it back. So remember, keep your feet going, keep moving. It'll keep you warm and keep you on pace. So for this activity, we're going to initiate our pullback. So I'm going to dribble down, do my pullback, dribble back down, do my pullback. Remember, keep the ball really close to your feet. Stop the ball, pull back, turn direction as you're pulling back. We're going to do this 4 times. Let's move on to our session challenge. And this time we're gonna start raking continuously back and forth, all right? So I'm gonna start with my left foot, rake, rake, stop, rake, 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 stop the ball, and keep going. So just like all of our foot skill activities, I want you to do this until you're really comfortable with it.
Okay, so for today's session, we're going to be working on juggling. One of the first steps I would recommend to start juggling is to do bounce juggles. So what that looks like is this: bouncing, kicking it right back up to your hands, bouncing it right back up to your hand. And remember guys, if you start to get comfortable with the right foot or your dominant foot, try and use your other foot. For our next juggling progression, we're going to try and get rid of our hands and just use our feet off the bounce. So if you feel comfortable with this drill and you have it down with just juggling and kicking it up and juggling and kicking it up, be sure to use your left foot or your non-dominant foot. And for our final progression, we're going to try real juggling. And one tip for this is to try and keep the ball below your knees.
All right guys, for today, our first move that we're gonna work on is called the body feint. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna push the ball, plant one way to force your defender that way, and then you're gonna push it out wide this way. Okay, when you're doing this body feint, you really wanna tell your defender to make them think you're going one way with your plant foot and then push the ball the other way to go around them. So I want you guys to work on this until you feel comfortable with it. All right guys, for our next move that we're gonna be learning is gonna be the scissor. So you're gonna bring your ball, you're gonna swing your foot over to make your defender think you're going one way, and you're gonna push it with the outside of your foot and go the opposite way. All right guys, and when you're doing the scissor, remember to go over the ball and plant to make your defender think you're going one way, and then push the ball with the outside of your foot to go around them. All right guys, I want you to work on this move until you feel comfortable with it.
So sometimes when you're playing soccer, the ball's not coming right at your feet. It'll come maybe a little higher up in the air. So what we're gonna work on today is thigh traps. So I'm gonna throw the ball at Mario. He's gonna stop the ball with his thigh and then trap it with his feet. So I want you to work on this skill until you're comfortable with it. So now we're gonna do our volleys. So I'm gonna throw the ball to Mario. He's gonna volley it back. So what that's gonna look like, he's gonna use the inside of his foot and just kind of hit it back in the air. So what we want to work on in this skill is emphasizing the kick. We don't want to kick it really hard back at our partner. We just want to kick it softly, gently, right back to our partner.
Today's skill, we're going to be working on chop cuts with the inside and the outside of the feet. To start, we're going to start from a standstill. The key points are this. We're going to reach over the ball and down. That's with the outside of the foot. Here's with the inside of the foot. So just like a chopping motion, we want to go from high to low. So reaching over, down to change direction. And here's with the inside of the foot, this way. Progression, we're going to walk and try to do these chop cuts this way. So on a walk, here, when you get to your disc or markers, reach over, chop the ball back. With the inside of the foot, same thing, chop it back. If you notice, I'm not going around the ball with my foot. I'm going to go over, and from a high to low motion, we're going to chop the ball back. The last progression, we're going to take what we've learned and we're going to do it on a jog. You know it's a good chop cut if the ball goes directly behind you. So we call it staying on the same line. Remember, we want you to work on this until you're really comfortable doing this at speed.
All right, so now we're gonna do a Cruyff turn. You're gonna go to the cone, fake a shot, like you're gonna shoot it. Instead of shooting it, you're going to turn back behind your plant foot and go the other way. Okay, so the goal here is to really fake out your defender and make him think that you're going for the shot, but you turn the ball back and go around him.
So for our skills today, we're gonna work on our 3 steps of shooting the ball properly. And if you don't have a goal, you can just set 2 cones up like this and make a goal. So for the 3 phases of shooting, we wanna first go with our non-kicking foot, which we call our plant foot. We wanna put our chest and our knee over the ball, and we want to follow through with our kicking foot, having our ankles and our toe nice and firm, our toes pointed to the ground. When we shoot, we want to follow all the way through. So, just a quick demo, when I run up, my knee is over the ball, my chest is over the ball. That way when I shoot, the ball stays down. When I shoot, I follow all the way through. So after we've practiced those motions and we're comfortable with them, now we're going to go ahead and strike in the ball using a slow shot and then work our way up to more harder shots. So first, I'm gonna execute a slow shot. Now that we're comfortable with those steps and we're comfortable with the slow shot, now we're gonna add a little bit more power. Now that we're comfortable kicking the ball with our strong foot, now try to kick the ball with your non-dominant foot, which is my weak foot, and that's my left foot. For you, it might be your right foot, but make sure that we get good reps doing that.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's activity, we're gonna be doing the stamina shot, all right? So what is gonna happen is this, all right? I'm gonna be doing a long pass. So remember, when I pass the ball, I'm gonna step with my opposite foot, I'm gonna plant it, my toe is gonna be pointing at my target, who I'm passing to, which is gonna be a cone, all right? And when I kick it, I'm gonna kick inside my foot, I'm gonna follow through just like this, all right? As the ball is rolling to that target, I'm gonna run and I'm gonna beat the ball to the cone, I'm gonna turn around and boom, I'm gonna trap it, all right? Easy as that. All right, and this is how you do it, just like this. So once you make it over here, trap it, go all the way back to that other cone. It's getting lonely, all right? Ready? Man, kicked that one a little too hard. And ladies and gentlemen, the ball doesn't have to be in a straight line, all right? We're just getting the ball over there. We're working on good form and we're trying to work on our stamina, all right? So that's what I want you to worry about. Don't worry about nice straight line. Get it over there, run, 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 trap that ball, bada boom, bada bing. All right, so let's do this one more time. Ready? Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, and boom. Ladies and gentlemen, not falling. We want you to do this 4 times.
So for today's session, we're doing 1v1 defending. And for this drill, we're gonna need 2 cones. You're gonna need a partner, so either your sibling or parent that's available. And I'll be the defender. I'll have Mario with me as the attacker. He'll have the ball and we'll have some space apart from each other. So a couple things you wanna know is, you wanna keep on your toes, right? And then you wanna force the attacker to one side, preferably with a weaker foot. And then also, you want to make sure that you close down the space really quick and then wait for the right time to attack the ball. You don't want to go in and dive or stab in immediately. That's how some of the really good attackers will get right by you. So wait for the right time, close that gap, force them to the weaker foot, and it'll give you the best opportunity to take the ball away from them.
All right, today we're gonna be working on shielding. So what this will do, it'll help you keep the ball close to you and create space between you and the defender. Also allows you to pass. All right, on this exercise, we're gonna do from one cone to another, and we're gonna protect the ball at all times from the defender behind you. All right, remember whenever you're shielding, use your body and not your arms, because it'll draw a foul.
So for today's challenge, we're going to be working on how to receive the ball out of the air with your chest and with the inside of your foot. So the first step to receiving the ball out of the air with your chest is you want to give a big space here in your chest area. Open it up as wide as you can. Bring those shoulders back a little bit and then lean back.
give it a good, nice surface for you to receive the ball on. So you can practice this at home by throwing the ball up in the air as high as you can, or as high as you want, and practicing opening up that chest, bringing those shoulders back, leaning back as far as you can, keeping your balance, letting it drop on your chest, and then catching it in your hand. So for our second skill, we're going to be working on receiving the ball out of the air with the inside of your foot. This can be practiced the same way as our last skill by tossing the ball up in the air and receiving it this time with the inside of your foot. And what you want to do to receive it is you want to lock your ankle down, point the toe up, and receive it with this part right here. You're going to get a nice soft touch, take the power off the ball that's coming out of the air. One tip you want to remember when doing this skill is being on your toes, ready to receive the ball. That way you can get a good touch and ready to play after you receive it.
So for today's skill, we're going to work on our throw-ins. So this will happen whenever the ball goes out of bounds on the sidelines. So 3 key points would be having both hands on the ball, like this. Next thing, make sure that both feet stay planted when you throw the ball. And then lastly, the ball has to go behind your head and then straight over your head when you're releasing the ball. So it'll look something like this.
Guys, for today's skill, we're going to learn the step over. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from cone to cone, walking, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, guys, we're going to start off slowly. You're going to step over the ball, and same foot, you're going to bring it back the other way. Step over, come back. Okay, step over, go the other way. Remember, as you're going, go around it, switch directions, do this until you feel comfortable.